Has there been a specific moment when either of you felt you realized that you'd made it big as YouTubers?
I think there was two for me. One of them
When you
was
went to, hold on, I like answering Luke's questions for him. I forget I forget what stupid event it was. It was like I think it was PAX East or something, where it wasn't like the attendees that kept like crowding around you. It was the other like creator influencers.
Twitch.
TwitchCon?
That was a weird experience.
Oh, that wasn't one of the ones you were thinking?
Okay. This one specifically said you realized you made it. So I thought of really early things.
Oh, I see. I see.
There's definitely like big moments where I'm like, okay, this is another like level.
Yeah, I remember
like,
you talking about that one. Like,
that one was very cool but very weird because so events like PAX, it's pretty common. I mean, maybe not these days. I haven't been to a PAX in a long time, and I'm not on as much content, so people might not recognize me much. But back when I was hosting a lot of stuff, it was very common that it was like almost difficult to walk around because so many people would come up and say hi, and that was a cool experience, and I'm happy to say hi to everybody. I go to TwitchCon, different group of people.
Nobody knows who he is.
We're not Twitch people so much. We do WAN show, but we don't do anything else. So none of the attendees know who the heck I am. But there's creators breaking their attendee lines to leave to come say hi because they know who I am because, I mean, they need streaming computers.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like,
it was sweet.
Ammunition was like, yeah, you like taught me how to build computers. I was like, shut up.
I met up with Day9, Mr. Sean Plott, someone who I've been a fan of for a long time. And he was like, oh, your Lies Tech Tips? Whoa. And I'm like, that hurts my brain. No part of my brain was ready for him to like know who we are and also be like super impressed. So that was sweet. He's super, super nice dude, on and off camera. But yeah, that was a bit of an eye opener for sure. I think my two like first moments was I remember the first PAX that we went to. I was in the indie booth. I've told you this one a bunch of times. I was in the indie booth and I was doing my like quick sales pitch for why the guy should interview with me.
Yeah.
And I say like how many subscribers we have. And he's like, well, if you want 1 million, you should probably like interview with me. Because we weren't at 1 million yet. And I was pissed. And I'm pretty sure I just left. I don't remember exactly what happened. Brandon might remember it, but I was like really mad.
Wow.
Because I wasn't even trying to say
energy.
I wasn't even trying to say like, like we're the best. I was just like, we're a decently sized channel. We're at the indie booth. I can give you some coverage. Like, do you want to jump on? And he's like, me. I was like, what the heck? I was not a fan of that. And then we broke 1 million. So like breaking that first 1 million had that extra punch for me because I'm like, screw that guy.
That's hilarious. Okay.
And then the other one was when my Twitter follower account surpassed the combined follower account for all of the hosts of the radio show that I listened to when I was growing up.
Okay. Yeah, that's something.
I was like, okay, wow.
Yeah, very few radio hosts have managed to successfully make it over to social media. I remember noticing that back when I was listening to like sports talk radio a lot, maybe I guess a few years back. I just like, I'd be like, yeah, these guys are like huge. They're on the radio. They have all these people like calling in. And I'd go on Twitter and they have like 900 followers and stuff. And like they've been on the air for like 15 years. What is this? But just completely different audiences, right?
Yeah.
Like you got your boomer radio listeners and then you got your young Twitter users and a line between them, a solid line.
Yeah.
I think for me, there's a number of big ones that stand out. I mean, I'd say getting our first, check that covered our monthly expenses as a company was a really big one. I would say that getting a YouTube representative was huge because not just me personally, but tech as a category had been largely shoved to the side at that point. Getting as an escalation point from that one, getting invited to Top Creator Summit was pretty cool for me. The biggest one though, and I know that this is going to sound like a cheesy answer, but it's the truth. And I'm pretty sure Luke will remember me saying it at the time. Probably the biggest one for me because the goal has always been, I want to be a real company, right? And being a real company is more than just building fame and reputation and wealth for yourself. It's building
Oh,
it for
I know where he's going.
the entire team. And so one of the biggest moments for me was when I forget who exactly it was that was like the wow moment, but it was someone relatively peripheral on our team getting like recognized on the street in my presence, and someone being like, "Whoa, I'm a huge fan." Where I kind of went, "Okay, that's what I want." Like I want to be like you know, thinking like Warcraft 3, right? Like I want to be the hero that has like the aura that makes everyone around me a superstar, because that is next level. So that's always been something in my mind. And I felt that was really, really exciting.
Last weekend when we were kayaking, we went past those guys and one of them recognized you, right?
Like, I can't go anywhere at this
Did-
point.
did
I'm
you
not.
hear-
I'm honestly. I'm not trying to like be
We're
like.
literally
"Oh, I'm
on the
so
ocean."
cool." I'm in a kayak in the water, and someone paddles past and is like, "Sup, Linus?"
Yeah. Did you hear what happened after?
No.
Him and his friends look at me and not super quietly, but not to me, are like, "Is that Luke?" And then they all just stare at me and no one says anything. And I just go by. None of them even like tried. They're just like,
You got that intimidation aura.
It's so weird. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
man.
funny. I don't know how to deal with it anymore because I've been inside and also off camera. So like at the screwdriver pop up, someone introduced their partner and they were like, they're so excited to see you. You're their favorite one or whatever. And my whole everything was just like, "Durr." Like I don't know how to respond to this properly. I actually felt really bad afterwards, but
Hey, I
don't
mean,
know.
with all the Luke for CEO threads on Reddit and stuff lately, it seems like the Luke fandom is strong. You know
Yeah.
what? I don't know if you noticed when you were over, but all the RGB is set up in the shelves in my streaming room, and I have like a bunch of memorabilia that I've always just had boxed
the
away.
mouse pad.
You saw it. That's what
I actually love that that's there.
I have a Slick Tech Tips mouse pad that was produced by, wasn't it one of the forum mods or something?
It's a super old school reference to one. I think it's the first April Fools that the forum had, where we changed I wasn't even the one that did it, but we changed the whole forum to Slick Tech Tips as like an April Fool's joke, and it went like really far. If I remember, it went
Yeah.
like into the ACP and everying. Like
Yeah.
it was like, yeah,
Like probably more work than it was worth kind
yeah,
of thing. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's from back then.